Good morning. And I see you're holding your book already. How are you?
I'm
Okay,
good.
so let's start with that then. What is that?
This is my first publication.
Yes.
It's called The Painted Inspiration from the Palm Fringe Beaches. It's
Okay.
a collection of inspirational
quotes. Let me have a look at that. I just saw you hold it. I'm like, okay, let's talk about the book. Oh wow, this is really nice. When did you publish this?
Oh, last month. Yeah, last month. It was out
It's
by
just
last
a month old. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, I like this. To my creator for every blessing and test in my life. To my mother for your endless love and support. To my two grandmothers for your prayers and faith. To my friends for inspiration and motivation. To the Young African Leadership Initiative, YALI, you're part of it?
Yes.
Oh, we'll talk about that. For making me find my purpose in life, and to my community for believing in me. You've had a lot of support from a lot of people, I see that.
Oh, yes.
Let's start with your two grandmothers. I'm very intrigued about them. What can you tell me about them? How do they support you?
Oh, so they don't give me anything material, but they are always there for me,
Yes.
and they always give me their prayers. As in, they always tell me that you have our blessings.
Wow.
All the time. Yeah.
Wow. And I like how you've acknowledged all of them. And your mother, tell me about her.
So my mom is divorced, and she has raised me.
Okay. Are you an only child?
Yeah, I'm the only
Oh
child.
my goodness. Okay. Uh-huh.
So I really see her struggles day in, day out. She's a photographer, professional photographer.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So I've seen her grow when people had this stereotype that illiterate women cannot make anything out of themselves.
Uh-huh.
But she managed to go past that, and she has her own job, and she's an entrepreneur, which is really,
Wow.
really impressive of
That
her.
is
So I'm
really
really
nice.
proud of her.
Yeah, so she inspires you in a lot of ways.
A lot of ways.
Okay, and then now, what's your journey towards becoming a blogger and an author like?
Okay. So for me, I've been writing since I was very young. I remember I used to love reading. So I would take books and read. Sometimes I would take novels that are not even my size, as in I was too big for
Huge
them.
books. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will read and read, and it's still part of me, as in I read every day. For me, I finish 52 books in a year, as in I do one book per week.
What?
Yes, I read one book per week.
For how long?
For 1 week, after 1 week, I'm done with that book.
So how long have you had this habit?
This is the second year.
Are you serious? A book a week? That is amazing. Even I don't do that. Oh my goodness. Okay.
So I think through reading a lot, I got more, as in I was able to express myself really well, and
Yes.
that's why I could write even much better.
Yes. My God, a book a year. I'm still on that point. Let's even stay on that point. If I need to honor you with a moment of silence, I just look at you and applaud you for that. That's amazing. So you have a blog, obviously,
Yes.
and now you have a book. So I'm not even sure where do we start the blog? Yes. When did you give birth to that?
2016.
Okay, this is
Yes.
last year.
Yeah.
What motivated you to start it?
I thought that I was writing, but I was just writing, and there was no place that I was storing this work. So I said that I should find a place where I will store this work, and then a friend of mine told me that you should start blogging.
So where were you writing? Like on notebooks?
Yeah, I would write in my notebooks and all that.
So you lost work in high school?
Yeah, I lost some pieces of mine. Yeah. In fact, I remember I was doing a collection on rape cases, that are just innovative rape cases that I
Wow.
came up with, and
Yeah.
all this type of mutilation, and they all got lost. So
What fascinated you about rape? Why that topic?
I think at that time I was reading so many books on mutilation and feminism, and also about
You're
women
reading some really
empowerment.
hard topics, eh? In high school.
Ah,
I mean, in high school, I just want to read about a bird or a snail or a tortoise, something.
So I think that at that time I felt like, no, I need to do something about these women and all these things. So I started writing
Oh my
cases.
goodness.
Yeah, and it just got lost.
So your gift started way early when you were younger.
Yeah.
Because you're still very young. I mean, you're such a baby. I mean, today, in Mombasa, I'm just meeting really young, beautiful girls. I mean, Salma, what's her name? Sorry, Lubna, a couple of weeks back, very young lady. Then here you are. It's really inspiring for me. Like you've started at a very young age, and now you even have a book that's out. But let's first talk about your blog. So what is the content matter of your blog?
I do poetry,
Yes.
creative fiction, non-fiction, and African contemporary stories. But for that, I'm still growing. I think I really need to know more about different cultures still. So I wrote like 3 stories on on Africa-based. So, yeah.
Wow. What do you want to be when you grow up?
And currently I also blog for Teakisi. It's Voices for African Women.
So you're passionate about the woman's story?
Yeah.
Totally.
A lot.
Everything and anything that affects the woman?
Yes.
Could it be because of your mom's story?
I think partly, but I think I also need to change the stereotype that we have in Mombasa that women are reserved for the kitchen and you should get married very early and that's your job.
Okay.
You should not be doing anything apart from that.
Yeah.
So I think I need to...
So you're rising above that ways,
yes.
you know, breaking that and saying I'm not that,
Yes.
I'm carving my own path. But
Yes.
you've chosen a very, very complex path, I must say. My goodness, for someone your age, people start writing about, I think from 30, I don't know, but it's really well done to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you write about women empowerment and everything and poems. So do you have a favorite poem in there? Do you have anything offhand that you could read out for us?
I have something here
Yes,
that I can
please.
read for you.
Yeah, read it on camera.
Some days will be sunny and some days will be stormy. There are days that you'll never want to look at the sky, and there are days when the peace of the stars is all that you will want. Remember, these days shall come and they shall go. You should, however, carry your own weather day in and day out. Thank you.
That's such an encouragement to people who maybe are going through anything, or today you just woke up, it's a bad day, a hard day. What motivated you to write that?
For this particular poem?
Yes.
So I was in Yali and we were doing Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So we were going through the habit, be proactive.
Okay.
Yeah. So I realized that most of the time we don't take responsibility of our own actions. So I got inspired by that and I wrote this.
How long does it take you to come up with a poem?
For me, sometimes when I just sit down like this in a serene place, I can just write something.
My God, it just flows. You know, bubujikwa na maneno.
So it's weird. Sometimes I'm in the washroom and just an idea comes. I'm like, oh, I need to.
Do you write immediately though, like, or do you like wait it out a bit? When an idea comes, like when you're in the bathroom, do you go now and start writing, or?
No, I try to remember it until I come out and write it down. Yeah. Sometimes I remember there was a time I woke up at 2 a.m. and I had some ideas that were just flowing. I was like, I need to write them down. And these ideas that come in the weirdest of places, they're usually the most amazing ones.
I know. Like, oh my gosh, you've really provoked me, because I also get some of my most powerful ideas like in the dead of the night. But sasa tile kuamka, sijui I stretch my hand and pick, I don't know that notebook. Like, I'll remember in the morning. And then the morning comes and I forget. And you're like, okay, where was that going? Because when it's fresh, it's really powerful.
Yes.
So wow, you actually managed to wake up.
Yeah.
Guy.
I have an application, it's called G Notes.
G Notes.
Yeah. So when I just feel like that, I just open the phone and write it down there, and it's saved. Like
nice.
that.
And then you can build on it later.
Yeah,
now,
you can
if
build
you need
on
to
it
build on it later.
Absolutely.
How long did it take you to write your book? And is this your first book?
Yeah, it's my first collection.
Okay.
I'm working on a poetry book right now. But I really want to see this grow. Yeah, I'm just giving it some space.
Yes, because it's just a month old. It's
Yeah.
fresh off the press.
Yes.
I've just opened randomly and I've seen motivate people, not because you're in any way perfect, but because your words may heal a wound somewhere. That's so powerful. You have so much. Are you an introvert? Are you?
Extroverted introvert.
You're an extroverted introvert, eh? Okay, I get that. I totally get that. This is so good. So it took you a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then publishing obviously didn't take you that much time, did it?
Yeah.
And then, so how much is this book going for?
450.
And where can people find it?
It's in Amazon, Create Space. For
It's
those
already on Amazon?
Yeah, so
Girl?
for those people that want to buy
How old are you
online.
again? No, really? Like the book is on Amazon. How did you get it on there?
So for the publishers usually help you out to get it out.
They spread it out on all platforms.
Yes.
Okay. And you're studying something very interesting in university. Tell us about it.
So I'm doing marine business management.
Look, Marie, look. What do I do with you? Why did you choose that course?
So when Jab called me, I was called for psychology. And then I didn't like psychology. So I wanted to do something to do with either business or something to do with statistics or international relations.
One of the three.
Yeah. So I opted for marine business management.
Why?
I think at that time people were telling me it was so marketable. I was also not much aware.
So when you do that, what do you hope to become? What's the line of duty you pursue?
You can become a business manager in the marine industry, but because I did finance and banking means I can also do anything to do with finance anywhere.
When did you do finance and banking?
In first year and second year we had courses.
Okay. Wow. So you chose marine. Is it because you live in Mombasa or what's the deal?
Oh, no.
Eh.
It's just, I think I just fell in love with it.
Yeah,
It is,
with
yeah.
the course, and you enjoy it
Yeah,
totally.
absolutely.
That is amazing. So you have this book. I'm sure you have, because you've been writing from since you were very young. So I know you have more, like more collections, obviously at home. What do you plan to do with them?
That's why for the next ones, I'm planning to do a poetry book, yes. And for the previous collection, sometimes when I look at my work, I feel that I've been growing and I wouldn't want that work again, as in I need to,
Yeah.
like, no, I can't let this go out. So I think I've been improving my writing as I'm continuing.
Yeah.
So I think I'll do, the next collection will be a poetry book.
Yeah, because you can never throw it away. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very hard for a writer,
Yeah.
anyone who really loves to write. Like, you know, because I also read some of my articles and I'm like, okay, what was I thinking when I was writing this? But I can't trash it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it was original for that time.
Absolutely.
But not just because you've grown a bit more and maybe your English is a bit better, it doesn't mean you discard the old. So I'm glad that you haven't done that.
Yeah, so I still have them, but
Yeah.
still not sure what I'm going to do about them.
Yeah, I know you will know. When the time is right, you will know what to do. Just don't trash them.
No,
Is that a
absolutely.
promise?
No, yes.
Okay, so talk to me about how you got involved with Yali.
Okay, so I applied for Yali. I heard about Yali even last year. I have a friend called Vini Gisore. I think she was one of the Blaze, she was among the Blaze.
BYUB, the bosses.
Yes, the BYUB. So I really get inspired by her sometimes. She's a close friend of mine. We do the same course, but she's under airline management. So she was in Yali. So she told me, Salma, you should apply because I think Yali fits you a lot. So I said, okay, I'll give it a try. So I applied and I got selected. We went to Nairobi for the Regional Leadership Center. It's in Nairobi. So I was there in a mix of people from 14 other countries. It was just amazing. See people from Ethiopia, from Djibouti,
How
Sudan.
did it feel when they gave you that call to go to Nairobi
It
for
was
it?
so good. Actually, when I saw the email, I was like, no.
It's a fake email.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was a good experience. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I think if one thing that I would never want to regret about this year was going for Yali.
Is it? But
Yes.
you've done so many things this year. Look, you've done Yali, you have published a book. I mean, well done to you.
Thank
and you're
you.
only 20, what again?
23.
Imagine, you're still a baby and you have so many achievements under your belt already. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and then earlier on before the show, you wanted to talk about your community work.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear about it. What do you do?
So I run a community-based organization called MTY, Motivational Talks for Youth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Motivational
So,
Talks for Youth.
Yes.
You founded it.
Yes, I founded it.
How old were you?
MTY was born in 2015, but I think this year is when I've done a lot about it. Yeah. Because I was facing challenges with help, especially from people. It was really hard. You know, people are not understanding my vision by then. But I think I gave them time. And right now, we are all on the
Yeah.
same page.
Yeah.
So we do motivational speaking forums in schools. We also do empowerment training programs on Saturdays mostly on leadership, innovation, entrepreneurship, and talent nurturing. And
Are
we
you
also,
sure you're 23? I'm sorry. I'm not doubting you. What? How do you get to put all this together?
Actually, right now I'm in my long holidays. So we were in long holidays since last year, around September.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said, what can I do in this year? I
Yeah.
said, no, I cannot just sit at home.
Yeah.
So I had to break my time and do whatever I wanted to do. So I had to ensure that my organization is in a better place. I had to ensure that my writing is in a better place. And I just had to make things happen.
Motivational Talks for You. So which schools have you gone to so far?
Istiqama, Sheikh Khalifa, Memon, Al Farsi, Abu Huraira, various schools.
A couple of the, wow, that's a lot of schools. So how do you approach them? You say, I want to come speak to your students. How do you go about it?
Yeah, at first it was like that, you had to approach, but when these schools get familiar with you,
They keep calling you back and it's easier for, what do you call it? People to refer you to other schools like that.
Yes, yes.
Oh my God. So how many talks do you give per week, per month? How often do you give the talk?
For the talks, I think once or twice in a month, yeah.
So what do you tell them? So assuming now I'm a high school student, my dreams are very valid. So I'm a high school student. What would you tell me?
Okay, so mostly for high school students, I focus on success in their exams, their KCSE examination.
Okay.
So I give them tips on how to pass, like study hard, keep good pass, have discipline, time manage yourself, and all this, scheduling their programs, how they can plan a good timetable for themselves. Yeah. And I also tell them about life after school.
So you're the one who conducts all the talks?
Yeah, with my team. Yeah. But mostly
With
I'm
your
the one.
team. Okay, let's talk about your team. Hey, you have a team of how many people?
We are 5. Yeah.
Where'd you get these 5 people? Who are they? What do they do?
Actually, at first it was really hard because you'll get people who won't meet your expectations. And Salma has 2 sides. As in, I'm very serious and I can be a really fun person to be with. So when it comes to work, I
don't play with you.
Yes, we have to get this done.
Yeah.
So at first I demoted I think like 3 or 4 people because they were
you demoted them.
Yeah, so I
boss
was like,
lady.
give me a letter. Yeah, but right now I'm working with a good team. As in, we have the finance director. He's a close friend of mine. He's from Moi.
Okay.
Yes, and then we have the program manager. She studied in KU. She's almost graduating. Then we have the youngest EC, who is in UON. She's doing business management, and there's another one doing pharmacy, the information officer. So I think we are a good team.
So where did you get the funding to start your organization?
At first, there was no funding, yes.
Right.
It was self-sponsoring myself. But when I went to Yali, I realized one thing. When you sit down and say that we don't have resources, you will wait and resources won't come. So you have to do with whatever little that you have. So I started with whatever little that I had. I said, I just use my money, and I told my team, and everyone's like, okay, we'll just start pulling money from our own pockets. And then when people realize our vision, then they can sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you put together money from, the friends, and then at what point did you get an external funder, sponsor?
Okay, so I think when we reached at a certain level, people now understood
the
what
vision.
we were doing. Yeah, the vision. And now even people started tipping, even our own parents now, even our own family members. And then even the people, now we have a big channel. Now we have like 40 members, yeah, apart from the EC, 40 members, who now also understand the vision. Now in case of anything now, they can also provide.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is such a blessing. And you're changing so many lives at a very young age. Gosh, well, what else are you doing that I don't know? Because you take over this. What else are you doing?
Okay, so I'm also the vice president of Enactus Moi. Enactus.
Okay.
Ever heard of Enactus?
Yes.
Yeah. So in Enactus, what we do is we empower people, as in we empower communities through community outreach projects. So last year we were in Canada. We won the national championship in Kenya. So we are the top position in Enactus, Kenya, and we represented Kenya for the Enactus World Cup.
What?
Yes.
And you're the vice president, girl. You're not 23, I'm sorry. I'm not buying that anymore. You are not 23. What?
Yes.
How does it feel to have done so much, accomplished so much within such a short period of time?
It feels good, but sometimes I feel I've not done much. I feel I've not reached where I want to be.
Where do you want to reach?
I think I want to be like the Mother Teresa of Mombasa or something.
Oh.
Yes. I think I really love uplifting people.
Yes.
Why? Because sometimes I feel
you kind of have a semblance. Now that you mention her, I think she looked like you and she was your age. I don't know, for real. We need to Google that photo. We need to find it. But yes.
I think when I was growing up, I realized something. Sometimes it was hard to get mentors, people to mentor you. And it was also hard to get friends, like genuine people will be there to tell you that I support you genuinely.
Right.
Yeah. So I realized this was a big hurdle. And when I go to schools, I realized that most students have these problems. They don't have anyone to turn to. Or some student will achieve something and people won't be just genuine about it. So I felt that, no, I can't be that because that is not me. So I try to uplift people. So I mentor many youths. Many. Like, I think right now we've targeted more than 500 and we're really going.
Like there are 500 young people somewhere who can reach you when they want to reach you.
Absolutely, yes.
Ask you something.
Yes.
When they're depressed, they call you. You talk them out of it.
Yes.
My good Lord. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. So you want to be the Mother Teresa?
Yes. For me, I want to leave a good legacy when I die. As in, I want people to remember me In fact, one of my quotes says that when I die, I want my voice to roar in people's minds.
May God make that dream come to
Amen.
pass. I tell you, may that dream come to pass. It will come to pass.
Amen.
Without a doubt.
Yes.
Gosh, you have such a beautiful spirit, such a big heart. Your hands are so wide. You're basically touching parts of the globe. By the time you're going to Canada, and you're heading an organization like what do you call it? Enactus, yes. And you have your own organization here where you're impacting, you know, the young people. You're writing books. You have a blog. You're in school. You're studying. What else? When do you breathe? When do you get to say, I'm breathing, I'm alive? When do you get to do that? Do you get to do that?
I realized that, in fact, one of my articles, I wrote something about time. I say time and what it really is. We have a lot of time. We have a lot.
Coming from a girl doing 100 things, we have a lot of time.
Yes, we have a lot of time. I realized that sometimes we can have, like, I think 40 hours to spare, even the busiest person on earth.
Tell me about it.
Yes.
How?
Because I did an analysis, and I realized that sometimes we waste our time doing, time wasting, like we are in quadrant 4, just going through social media. Sometimes just these talks, and you just realize time is passing and you say, I'm busy. But I think there is time. There is time to do a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
When do you get to see your mom? When do you see her?
Actually, and then another mantra that I have is, for me, it's about productivity. People usually think that I don't have time, and they feel that I'm so busy. But I have time. I go out. I enjoy. I hang out with my friends. And I also have time to read. I have time. I think I have enough time. Yes, I think time is there. For me, it's about how productive are you. If I say that I want to do an application, let's say I want to apply for a certain contest. If I say that these 3 hours are for doing this contest, then I have to do it. Get it done. After that, then I can do anything else. So for me, it's about how productive can I be, yes. At the end of the day, it's like I check on my checklist and see that I wanted to do this. Did I achieve it? Yes, I did it. Yeah.
Can you talk to your fellow young people? Because you, first of all, you're not 23, eh? So just know, but me, I haven't believed you're 23. Me, I just think you must be 50-something. Okay? But you don't look it, so however that happened, I don't know. But you need to inspire young people. Just take a minute or two and just lift up someone.
People need to do and realize their dreams. Your dreams are valid. You just need to go for it. Let no one stop you, because we have this thing that sometimes we are told that no, you cannot dream that way because that is not how people should dream. But if you have something in you, just go for it. Yes. Go for it.
You're such a good example. And if they want to reach you, maybe there are more people looking at you and they want you to mentor them. How can they get in touch with you?
Maybe people can, for those people that have Instagram, maybe you can look for me. I call myself Expressing Through Salumi. So maybe when you reach out to me through Instagram, then we can see how we are going to communicate. Or reach out to me through my own blog, salumi.co.ke.
Salma Abdulatif, you have inspired me at a very deep personal level. No, really.
Thank you.
Thank you so, so much. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
May those dreams come true. They already are coming true anyway.
Yes.
So I don't see why they shouldn't. With your resolve, determination, tenacity, I actually totally believe in you.
Thank you.
I do, and thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much.